Good morning, everyone. We're finally here where we're sitting down and talking about the fashion trends for 2022. And I would have had this video up sooner, but I was waiting for a couple of things to get in the mail so I could unbox them with you. Some things that I am actually purchasing for the trends this year and that I plan to invest in. I have outfits to share with you, photos, just like everything that is inspiring me for all the trends that we're seeing this year. So basically, I'm going to focus on the more feminine and girly style trends that I'm seeing this year. But 2022 fashion, if I could just describe it in a couple words, is a mixture of elegance. We're seeing lots of colorful, bold colors, and it's just full of nostalgia. Very nostalgic trends this year. So if this is your first time here to my channel, I do have a new video up for you every Saturday. So if you do want to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell as well, because that will just let you know what time on Saturday my video is up. And all of my content is about fashion inspiration, styling. So if you enjoy that, you will definitely enjoy this channel. So I'm going to start off by talking about the fashion core trends. And one of the biggest core trends that we're seeing this year is going to be the pearl core. Pearls have always been and will always be a classic in my opinion. They are just something that we have always seen in fashion. But this year, it's not going to only be in the form of jewelry. It's also going to be stitched on our clothing. It's coming on our handbags, shoes. There are so many different approaches to the pearls this year and different ways that you can bring it into your style to reflect your aesthetic. This is a blazer that I ended up finding in the new arrivals at Saks Fifth Avenue. This is just the perfect example of how we are seeing the pearls brought in from designers. I love how it's just on the trimming of the blazer. It's just very minimal, but it's there. It just adds so much to the outfit, a very feminine touch to the outfit. But then I also found this sweater, which is a sweater that I found off of Shein, and it has these pearls stitched on there. And I've seen a couple different variations of this sweater. I've also seen them at Express as well, if you like shopping there. I've also been seeing the pearls stitched on jeans, which I found this pair of jeans, and I actually am very interested in actually purchasing these. The only thing that I'm worried about with the pearls on jeans is that I might snag them a lot and they might fall off. I'm just really liking how the pearls are coming in as something that we can wear in our everyday style, like jeans. There's always other ways to approach this trend as well, where for example, you have this beret hat. If you prefer just to have accessories or just even go for pearl jewelry, there's definitely that option as well. But I saw this pink beret hat with the pearls stitched on there, and it's just one of my favorite ways that I am seeing the pearl core, and it's just then in our accessories. I do have a few pearl accessories that I have already invested in, and one is actually just a headband. This is one that I purchased when I went into the Love Shack Fancy store, and it just has these really pretty pearls stitched on there, and I feel like this is one way that you could approach this trend. If you were just wanting to have a small part of this style, you could just go for something small like this, just an accessory. My handbags is going to be one of the biggest ones I'm going to be wearing the pearl core. So this is a little handbag that I purchased off of Shein. It's a very cheap handbag, but it's so cute, and actually I'm very impressed with this. The only part that I'm not that big a fan of is this part right here. It's definitely cheap pearls, but it looks super cute, and the bag itself is actually very nice. It has a nice sturdy structure. I've got enough room for my camera, my phone. It fits very nicely in this little bag, and it's so cute. It has this nice chain, gold chain that goes with it. So this is kind of one of the more affordable ways that I'm bringing in the pearl core aesthetic to my outfits, is just in a little handbag. But also I found this one on Shein as well, and it's just kind of like this little pearl handbag. It's really cute. I'm actually more impressed with this one than I am with this one, because this is heavy. But these are the two little handbags that I've recently added to my pearl core obsession for this year. I also wanted to share with you some ways that we're going to be seeing the pearls on our shoes and our footwear. So here's an example of some Jimmy Choo sandals that I found that are just kind of like more of a luxury approach to the pearls. I also found a more affordable option to this on Shein that is using the same pearl core aesthetic in their shoes as well. And I thought that these were so pretty. Probably am going to buy these and just see if they're worth it, because I mean, they're beautiful. They look so expensive. I really like this trend because it's something that I think a lot of us can bring out in our styles, and it doesn't have to be in the clothing and shoes and handbags. It can also just be in regular pearl jewelry as well. The next fashion core trend that we have to chat about, that I am extremely excited about, is the ballet core. So think of light gray, blue color palettes, blush pink. One of the simplest ways that you can start wearing the ballet core is through wearing just your favorite flat shoes, your ballet flats. So this is a pair of ballet flats that I absolutely adore. This is from a brand called Vivea. These shoes I know I'm going to start pulling out so much this spring, especially for the color. I mean, this is definitely my color. The only thing I would recommend with them is make sure you size up at least half a size or a full size up, because they do run small, and they're the type of shoe that you can actually wash, which is really cool. I really like this brand. But let me actually show you a pair that I saw on their website recently that was actually a lace-up ballerina style. They're so pretty. Are they not just the prettiest things? I like how they have the square toe as well. And with these shoes, they actually have like a little bit of a lace-up detail with a little bow. And I feel like that's just such a cute aesthetic to bring into the shoes. This actually is an outfit combination I found from one of my favorite stores, SEQUINS. And this has that ballerina chic to it, with the blue color palette, the wrap top. I think this is just a really good reflection of how we're going to be seeing the ballerina style kind of coming out this spring especially. And then this is another outfit that I found off of SEQUINS I thought showed a really good example of how you can bring in the soft gray ballerina chic to your outfit. There are different color palettes that you can go for, but this one specifically, the pink, blues, and grays, I feel like are a good solid approach to getting that ballerina look in your outfit. I've noticed a lot of bow tops and bow belts that we're seeing from designers and in our affordable brands as well. And I feel like this is another approach to the ballet core that we're seeing this year. So I actually came across a really cute bow top in my trip to the LoveShack Fancy store, and I felt like this was a really good example of the type of bow tops that we're going to be seeing, especially with the sequins. But even in just things like skirts, we're going to have bows on the skirts, bows on the tops, on our tank tops. I feel like this tank top is definitely a more wearable way to wear the bow trend, but I also saw this top from LoveShack Fancy that's coming this spring, that big statement bow in the front. I love it. I'm all about that. But I also came across this dress from Red Dress Boutique. It's in a really pretty pastel. It even has the bubble hem. But once again, you've got that little bow on the side, and that one's just a little bit more wearable. I think it's definitely more dressed up, but it is something that is cute and chic and definitely reflects that ballet look that I'm seeing a lot. So I put together this little outfit to give you a little inspiration on how I will probably be wearing the ballet core trend this winter in my everyday outfits, and it'll probably change a lot more as I get into the spring and summer, but this is just kind of a little way that I am starting to wear this trend. This pink bow top is from SEQUINS, and I will have it linked down below. This is just the prettiest little top that you can pair with everything, and I actually own this in the black as well. It is just the perfect top if you're wanting to bring in that bow aesthetic to your outfit. This is a way that you can do that. These are the pants that I just recently added to my closet as well. These are from Old Navy. Just recently I've been noticing how much I've been needing the creams and white pants in my closet, so I went ahead and bought myself a pair of these pixie cut pants. But I did top the look off with this faux fur coat from SEQUINS. It has like that feathery look at the bottom of it, but it is faux fur. But it's just like a very elegant kind of topper for this outfit to kind of keep that girly look, ballet chic in the outfit, keep it nice and light, keep to the lighter colors. So that was just the little outerwear piece that I used to top the look off with. Regency core is another fashion trend, fashion core trend that we're still going to be seeing this year. We saw this a lot last year, but this year I think there's just going to be a little bit of a different twist to it, which I'm really excited about. The Regency core is an aesthetic fashion trend based off of silhouettes and styles from the Regency era, but it has a modern twist to it. So you have structured corset tops, which I've personally been loving the corset and blazer trend. There's beautiful silk and ruffled gowns. You've got the empire waist as another feature of the Regency core, but also you've got accessories like silk gloves and hats and stuff like that. But one of the newer and favorite trends that I've been seeing from this Regency core has been the beret hat with the netting. And I do believe that this has been somewhat inspired by the Netflix show Bridgerton, which this was one of my favorite looks that Daphne wore during the second season with the little black hat and the netting over her face. I just feel like it's so luxurious looking, and I would love to see this brought into more everyday wear. I've been seeing this everywhere. I've been seeing brands putting the netting over their hats and all that, but I came across this one from Shein, and that's more of an affordable approach to this as well, and it just still looks very expensive. But my favorite inspiration that I have seen as of yet of this trend has been done by a brand called Jennifer Behr. And Jennifer Behr does a lot of beautiful luxury accessories. She does a lot of the wedding type of thing. And I spotted this headband with the net veil on it. And I just thought this was stunning. I personally think this would be a beautiful wedding look, almost old Hollywood glam type of thing. But I think that this is something that we are going to be seeing for more special occasion type of thing. But if you wanted to kind of bring it down to more everyday, you could try going for the beret hat with a simple netting like the one that I showed from Shein. So moving on to the clothing that you could keep an eye out for if you really like this Regency core fashion trend. This is an example of the type of dress that reflects that Regency core fashion. This is a dress from Sister Jane, which is a really great place to shop at if you really like the Regency core in your tops dresses. Really, all their clothing reflects the Regency. But you'll notice the ruffles, the puff sleeves, those are the type of characteristics that you can look out for in clothing that reflect the Regency look. This is in the new arrivals at Left Check Fancy, and I felt like this was such a good example of the empire waist and how you can wear it in a modern style. I love the little cap sleeve on there. Just a beautiful piece that reflects the Regency. And I feel like this dress is just something right off of Bridgerton. But I also had to show this dress that I tried on in the Love to Have Fancy store, and I just felt like this was another dress straight off the Bridgerton show. It's just the most beautiful color, light color. It was just a beautiful dress. I think it's one of the most beautiful dresses I've ever tried on in my life. And I just, if you can't tell, I am absolutely in love with the Regency core, especially when it comes to the dresses. There is a more wearable way to wear this Regency core trend if you're not into wearing dresses. This is a Reformation top it's called their Rain top, but I got it in the floral print. And this is just such a good example of how you can wear the Regency core in your more everyday style. This is kind of like that sweetheart cut in the front, but you've got the puff sleeve, but it's that corset style, the very structured front. Regency core does not have to be unwearable. I know I tend to go for more of the dressy dresses and things like that, but you can also go for things like this. In addition to the beret hat and the Regency clothing, another trend that is kind of coming off of this Regency core is going to be the gloves. So keeping an eye out for vintage gloves while you're out antique shopping or you're at your favorite thrift store would be a fun way to take part in this Regency core trend as well this year. So kind of going off of the Regency core, I may as well mention the cottage core as well. Now cottage core I think is basically just the casual version of Regency core. It's still very nostalgic and can be very wearable. If you love pretty sundresses, smocked styles are what really come to mind when I think of cottage core. But the biggest thing that I'm seeing with cottage core this year is the gingham print. I think that's going to be the big summer print this year for cottage core. So this is a dress I spotted that will be coming to Love Shack Fancy this spring. And I think it's just the perfect example of how we're going to be seeing the gingham. It's going to be in little dresses, it's going to be in tops, even in accessories. And then this is another very similar version of the gingham trend I saw from an online affordable boutique called Breath of Youth. So this is a blazer that I actually recently just added to my closet from Sister Jane, and it has that gingham print on there. So I thought I would go ahead and share it with you. And it's definitely something that I find myself going for a lot these days, and I think it's just something that's going to be very much trending this year. I am all over the blazers this year too. Like, I just love how they are so easy to style and you can look dressed up and comfortable at the same time. So I have definitely been investing in good blazers. So this is just an example of the type of top I think of when I'm trying to describe a cottagecore type of style. It's just a smocked top like this. I personally really like the white smock tops and the lighter color ones because I feel like it just gives such a light summery look to an outfit and just gives you that cottagecore look. So this is just something that you could keep an eye out for if you like that type of thing in your closet. And there are so many of these around right now. You can get these almost anywhere. The Gossip Girl styles I think is a huge trend this year. I think this has been in the coming for a long time, but it just seems to be making a much bigger entrance this year. So I just wanted to show a couple of the iconic outfits that we are seeing inspiring styles and trends for this year. Like this outfit, I think even with the bubble hem I'm seeing the bubble hem a lot this year, just the color palette, the mixing prints, the blazers on top of dresses. This type of thing we are definitely seeing a lot more of this year. And this is such a fun trend, very nostalgic once again. It makes me want to sit down and binge watch this series. The tweed sets are some of my favorite looks from Gossip Girl. So I really feel like the tweed sets are going to be coming a lot more this upcoming fall and winter. And we're already seeing them so much this winter. Just a couple more examples of, oh, I love this coat. And I've actually seen a coat very similar to this off of Chic Wish. So I definitely am planning on making some Gossip Girl inspired outfits. There's just a lot of things that I would love to sit down and just talk to you for hours about. So I feel like this trend in particular it deserves a whole video dedicated to it. And I think I might end up doing that. Let me know if you'd like to see some Gossip Girl inspired outfits. I've been seeing some of my favorite brands 100% on board with this. Love Shack Fancy came out with this outfit that I thought just totally reflected a Gossip Girl type of look. I have to show you a dress that I ended up purchasing. It's from Ivy City. I just feel like it would help me get just like a really cute Gossip Girl style. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this with you. So it comes with this belt. So this is a dress, like a tweed dress, and oh my goodness, this fabric is amazing. I'm so excited about this. It has the pearl buttons, and actually I just noticed that this top has the pearl buttons as well. So I am definitely on board with the pearl core trend, apparently. And then you have this zipper up in the back, and everybody was saying to size up in this dress because it's very fitted. I was originally going to go for a large, and I actually ordered a large, but then they sold out. So I was like, okay, I desperately want this dress. So I ordered it in an extra large. And actually looking at this, I think it actually might be a fine fit. It does, everybody was saying it's running very small. I just love the shape that you're getting with this dress. I think it's very flattering. I am noticing with the belt that it is kind of sagging down just a little bit because it is a little bit big on me. So I'm probably going to put another hole right here and tighten it a little bit so that it looks a little bit better without it kind of hanging down like that. Should be able to kind of tuck it in here if I get one more loop in there. But other than that, like, I think this is just a stunning dress. I love this pearls. The pearl detailing on this is just so pretty and very delicate, very trendy with all the pearl core we're seeing. So it kind of fits in with that trend. I love how it looks with this purse too, just kind of bringing in a little bit more of that feminine pearl aesthetic to the outfit. But this is a dress I could not recommend more. I feel like this is something that is so wearable. It's not over the top dressy. It's still a very comfortable dress as long as you get your size right. There is no stretch in it, but the material is super thick, very high quality. I mean, this feels like a $400, $500 designer dress, and it's $140. So I feel like the price point is really good for the quality of this. I'm just really impressed, and I will definitely be purchasing more dresses from Ivy City to review because I feel like this is such a good brand, and I'll just have to kind of experiment with their styles a little bit more. But I am just really excited about this dress. I feel like I'm going to get so much wear out of this. But I wanted to show you at least one outfit inspired by Gossip Girls that I felt like would kind of be an intro to something that I would like to take lots of time into creating for you. So I started my look off with this dress. This is from Gal Meets Glam. It's in a really pretty classic style. And then all I did is just layer this blouse, this white blouse underneath it. It has like the puff sleeves, so it's kind of keeping to the trends for this year, but I kind of wanted to bring a little bit of the Gossip Girl style into it. I did go for a couple accessories. So Blair has the most beautiful hair looks, and she's always got like headbands, or she's just wearing her hair down, so I thought I would just include a headband into this look just for fun. I also included this cape coat as kind of like the outerwear for the outfit because I feel like that kind of reflected her style a little bit. Definitely Gossip Girl inspired. But also with Blair's style, she always has those heels, the stiletto heels. So I thought I would just pull out these heels. Definitely not the most wearable shoes for me, but I was just kind of having fun with this outfit. So I paired these black heels with it, and then she has, like in this picture, she has that big pink tote bag, so I thought I would just include my new favorite pink handbag into this look as well. This is something that I thrifted off of the Real. and I love it. It's just a Kate Spade bag, and I'm just discovering it to be my favorite handbag ever. But I thought I would include it into this outfit because it definitely reflects Blair's style quite well. The classic French style is always in fashion, but I thought this was a really good example of like the elegant French girl neutral monochrome outfits that we're going to be seeing a lot this year. I love this one. This is an example from Cezanne. This is a couple items that are on the Cezanne website. The classic silk midi dresses with the blazers is another one that is just going for quality basics. I think is an easy way to get the French look. But this is where the trends come in. This year I've been seeing a lot of clothing brands being inspired by the Netflix series Emily in Paris. This is a TV series from last year, and I love Lily Collins' style in it. I feel like she has such a eccentric almost style in the whole TV series, but I think some of my favorite looks were done by Camille. I feel like her style in that is just gorgeous. So I thought I'd share a couple of my favorite outfits from the TV series, and I feel like their outfits are definitely somewhat inspired by Gossip Girl. In fact, in the first season, Emily in Paris, the character Emily, mentions that she's inspired by the Gossip Girl's style. So there's definitely a little bit of that in the series, especially in Emily's style. But this outfit in particular, I loved the coat that Sylvie is wearing in this picture. So elegant. I feel like Sylvie's style in this series is just beautiful, and I just decided to recreate something similar. So I actually do have this coat. This is a coat from Kate Spade. This is actually one that I'm renting from NUULY right now, but I am actually considering buying this coat because of Sylvie, because of her outfit, because I just love the look that she's getting, and it just goes to show if you invest in something like this, you can really come up with some elegant outfits. So I just had to share that with you. I found something very similar to that coat from Kate Spade, and it is just such a beautiful coat, and I love the look that I'm getting from it. So I thought that was worth sharing. I love this set that Lily Collins is wearing for the Emily in Paris show. I feel like this is an outfit that I would wear. That gingham print set with a pop of color. I was particularly inspired by this outfit that Camille was wearing in the show, and I had to recreate a similar look. I just had to. So I just went ahead and used this tweed dress again from Gal Meets Glam because it's in a similar style. It's not the same print, but it's in a similar style to the one that Camille is wearing. And I just decided to layer my Tory Burch lace blouse underneath it to kind of get that sheer sleeve that she is wearing in this picture. And then she just paired the rest of the outfit with black accessories. So to kind of go along with the trends, I paired the outfit with this purse, and then I went for my white Oxford shoes because I felt like it was giving a similar aesthetic to what she was going for, because she went for that Oxford style. So I felt like this would be a good way to kind of bring it in a similar look but kind of lighten it and kind of reflect my style a little bit more as well. So I had fun recreating that, and I definitely want to do more outfits inspired by Camille because I think her fashion in that show is just incredible. So the next trends that I want to talk about are going to be from the 90s, 70s, and 60s fashion styles. So this is one that I've been kind of hearing a lot of negative, but there's still some positive in it. The dad denim, the very baggy, loose styles. And actually, I personally have found several styles I'm very interested in investing in because I do really like this style, but it has to be high-waisted. So this is actually a pair of loose jeans I spotted from Free People that I am considering purchasing because it's keeping to the high waist. So you've got that nice loose leg style. I just think it's a really pretty look. So a lot of the loose jean styles, the flare jeans, but also the trend that and I think a lot of others are not particularly excited about is that low-rise denim. And I'm talking like low rise. Here's a couple of ideas that I've been seeing on how people have been wearing the low-rise denim, and then I think does look beautiful and very fashionable. So I saw this denim on denim with the low rise. Also, the blazer corset with the low-rise denim. I think this is a really pretty look as well. And then I also saw this look, which I think is going to be a lot more of what we're going to be seeing. So another trend that we're seeing that is inspired by the 90s, 70s, and 60s fashion styles is the fringing. We're seeing a lot more bold statement clothing with fringing on it, but then also very subtle, more wearable ways to wear the fringing as well. And I actually spotted this top from Love Shack Fancy, and I thought it was a really good example of how we're going to be seeing the fringe detailing. Also, I think this is a more dramatic but still very feminine and delicate way that we're going to be seeing the fringing as well, and that we're already seeing in designer pieces. I actually like this trend. I feel like there is some ways that we can wear this, but if you're not into the whole fringing on your clothing, you could always just go for an accessory, because I'm seeing them in a lot of accessories, and they're definitely very bold accessories. But I spotted this purse on Ted Baker London on their website, and I thought it was such a beautiful, very minimal approach to this fringe trend, and I think it's very, very pretty, especially with the cream. I think it's such a pretty handbag, and I feel like it's much more toned down and wearable if you just go for an accessory. Okay, so the platform shoes. We have to talk about the platform shoes. That is another thing that is inspired by the 90s, 70s, and 60s fashion styles. I'm seeing it in chunky tennis shoes like what she's wearing in this outfit, but I'm also seeing them in dressy boots like this outfit with the brown coat and the flare jeans at the bottom. Nice neutral color palette, but you've got those statement platform heels. And I actually came across this pair of platform boots. I found these in the new arrivals at Lulu's, and I thought these were actually really cute. Example. But I actually spotted these really cute platforms on Free People, and I feel like this is probably the way that I'm going to end up wearing this platform trend is in my sandals. But I also found this pair of platform heels. I came across this on the Le Fleur Randall website, and I love these, especially with the velvet. Oh my goodness. See, now this is the type of heel that I think I would go ahead and buy for this platform trend. Either the sandals or these heels. We're moving on to another trend that is going to be huge this year, is the feathers. So let's talk about how we can wear feathers this year. There are lots of different approaches to this trend, surprisingly very wearable. So I'm particularly excited about this trend because I really feel like this brings an old Hollywood glam to an outfit. I'm really excited about the feathers. I think there's a glamour to this. So this is the feather trimmed pajamas that everyone is talking about. These are from the brand Sleeper, and I really like them. I like the feather trim on them. There's different colors that you can get these in, and there have definitely been a lot of brands, more affordable brands as well, doing dupes for this pair of Sleeper in particular. But I feel like I've just been seeing everybody talking about these pajamas. Very glamorous. I think I would go for the pink and red one. But this is an example of the type of dressy feather tops that we will be seeing a lot of. This is a feathered top from Love Shack Fancy for their spring collection. And I mean, this is beautiful. I don't know how wearable that is. I don't know, we'll see. There's also more wearable versions of this trend as well, like this skirt with the feather trimming on it. It's a knit skirt with a little bit of that feathering detail on there. This is an example of the feather top, just like a more wearable approach to it. This is a top that I found off of Lulu's, and I'd be interested in the quality of it though. I feel like if you go for more quality pieces, you're going to get better wear from it and you'll get a better look. But I think there are some affordable styles I've been seeing that will be fun to wear, especially in the summer. I actually spotted this feather topper for any brides that have upcoming weddings. I feel like this is such a beautiful look. Honestly, I wouldn't mind wearing a feather topper for a special occasion. I mean, how glam is that? But I also had to show this skirt. I actually saw this skirt in person. I went to an Alice and Olivia store in DC, and this skirt was in the store. They didn't have it in my size, but it was just amazing. So I had to mention it because it's definitely not a very wearable way to wear the feather trend, but I mean, if you have a special occasion, this skirt would be amazing. There's also the option of having the feathery details with your clutches and handbags, and I spotted this one. I think this is an approach to the trend that I personally am going to invest in because I saw this purse on Nordstrom and I just fell in love with it. It is so girly and cute, and it's just such a simple way to wear the feather trend if you don't want to wear it in your outfit. I've seen a couple different versions of this purse, so I'm pretty sure there's already affordable versions of this somewhere out there, so I'll probably keep my eye out for that as well. Another huge trend that we are going to be seeing this year has to do with sequins, velvet, and metallic fabric. Here's an example of metallic fabric that I actually spotted from Love Shack Fancy. I feel like this was such a cute way to bring in that mean girl aesthetic, which I'll talk about later, but this is such a fun way to bring in the bold metallic fabric into your everyday wear. But there's also things like this metallic pleated skirt that I think is a very feminine approach to this trend as well. And I actually do have a metallic skirt that I invested in last year from Red Dress Boutique, and I felt like I would go ahead and just style a cute look for you since I have it. But this is the type of fabric that we're going to be seeing a lot of, just like that very bold metallic type of thing. And we're seeing them in cat suits, in all sorts of different shapes and forms, but just like this type of fabric is definitely going to be a trend this year. Velvet is another fabric that I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this year, especially winter, and we're already seeing a lot this winter, but I had to share with you a velvet blazer that I recently just got from Free People. Oh my goodness, it is in the most beautiful emerald green color, and it's just like that nice thick fabric that works beautifully in the winter. And we're seeing velvet in all sorts of different shapes and forms, whether it's in a clutch, a headband, like this velvet headband, velvet hair bow. We're just seeing a lot of velvet this year, and I'm excited about it because I think velvet brings romance. It just has this romantic quality to it that I absolutely adore. We are also seeing the sequins, and we're seeing sequins in dresses like this. I love this look, especially with the pop of color. That's definitely the type of thing we're going to be seeing. Sequins are definitely going to be in our more dressy attire like this dress, but it's also going to be in things like this blazer. So bringing it down into our workwear as well. So it's not just going to be sequins for dressy occasions, which I typically think of for sequins. I don't usually think sequins as being something that we can wear in our streetwear, our workwear. It's definitely coming out in our outerwear as well, which I think is really fun. I'm really enjoying this. I think it's something that I will definitely experiment with and have fun with this year. Okay, so this is probably one of the biggest and most obvious trends for this year, and I've kind of already touched on it a little bit, but it's the Y2K aesthetic, the year 2000, the fun colors. This is where I think of the style from the movie Mean Girls, like this picture, like the outfits in it, particularly Regina George, where you have the glamorous versions of pink, purple outfits, mixed matching prints. Like there's just a lot of things from the 2000s that I think are inspiring this Y2K fashion. So I just came up with a little outfit. I used my Chic-ish bow top and then just paired it with this pink mini skirt. This is also from Chic-ish, and I felt like it was just such a cute Mean Girl outfit. Totally Mean Girl inspired. So this is just an outfit I put together that was kind of like my take on this trend, and I definitely want to come up with some more outfits, but this one I just feel like you can really have fun with. It's all about the color and the statement. So I wanted to touch on the girly accessories that we're going to be seeing a lot more of this year. And one that really stood out to me is the gold chain belts. This is one that I found on Net-a-Porter, and I felt like it was just a really good way to bring it into a more wearable version of this trend, just styled with a pair of jeans. And I even found this one where you can style it on top of a blazer. I really like that look as well, but I've just been seeing the gold chain belts a lot in a lot of brands and from a lot of designers, and just really coming into more affordable brands as well. But I think one of my favorite ways that I'm going to enjoy wearing this gold chain belt trend is going to be with dresses, because I think I'm going to absolutely adore this look. I haven't found the gold chain belt that I'm going to invest in yet, but I have my eye on a couple, and it's definitely going to happen soon. As far as the girly accessories, I did want to touch on the hair bows and headbands. We've been seeing this for a while, but I think that we're just going to continue to see this into this year. So I have this one from Jennifer Burr that is, I think, a little bit more of a classic and timeless approach to the hair bow trend. I've also got this one, which I think is another good example of wearing it in a more simple way, is this hair bow I got this from a Love Shack Fancy try-on, and I think this is like very wearable and girly. But then I also have a statement hair bow, which is of course from Love Shack Fancy as well. I love this and I wear it. So those are the fashion trends that I wanted to touch on in this video. There are definitely more. We're seeing things like cat suits. I didn't even touch on like I did a little bit on the chains, like the chain hardware and all that. I feel like if I kept talking, we'd just be here forever. So I'm gonna end it here. But those are the styles and fashion trends that I'm the most excited about. I definitely will be having more videos coming up on inspiration and things like that, especially for Gossip Girl. I have some ideas for that. For now, that's all I'm going to touch on for this video. I hope you guys got some ideas. Please let me know what your favorite trend is for this year. I'm more excited than I realized, I think, for this year. I did not think I was going to be that excited for these trends, but I'm just discovering ways to wear them and ways that fit my style aesthetic. So let's let me know what your favorite trend is, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye.